Hello my schoolers, I'm Abiola. This is my school channel where we'll be tackling JAMB CBT past questions, WAEC past questions, NECO and NAPTEP questions. Today, I'll be solving the 2019 JAMB past questions for mathematics. I'll be providing you with step-by-step solutions and explanations to each of these questions. This is the first of a series of clips to tackle the 2019 JAMB mathematics questions. So in this clip, I'll be solving questions 1 to 10. Please hit the like button, click on the subscribe button, and tap on bell notification to get informed when we release the next video. So let's begin. Question 1. Make Q the subject of the formula in the equation mn over a squared minus pq over b squared equals 1. So how do we tackle this question? So the question requires us to make Q the subject of the formula. So the first step we're required to take is to find the LCM of the denominators on the left-hand side. So their LCM will be a squared, b squared. So take away a squared from a squared, b squared. You'll be left with b squared multiplied by the numerator, mn, minus sign. B squared from a squared, b squared will be left with a squared multiplied by the numerator, pq, all equals 1. So at this point, it's advisable that we cross multiply. So for us to cross multiply, both the equations on the left hand side, the values on the left hand side and on the right hand side should have a denominator. So let's give 1 a denominator. So we cross multiply. So once we cross multiply, we have 1 into brackets b squared mn minus a squared p squared equals, denominator here moves to the right hand side, a squared b squared multiplied by 1. 1 times b squared mn, we have b squared mn minus 1 times a squared pq, we have a squared pq equals, this multiplied by 1, we have a squared, b squared. Very easy, right? So we'll proceed by making Q the subject of the formula. We move the values around Q to the right-hand side. Then the value here, we'll bring it to the left-hand side. So on doing that, every time a value crosses to the other side, their sign changes. So this is negative sign. Crossing over, it becomes a positive sign. This is a positive sign. Crossing over, it becomes a negative sign. So we have b squared mn minus a squared b squared equals a squared pq. So here, we divide both sides by the coefficient of q. So what's the coefficient of q? A squared p. A squared p over a squared p. A squared strikes out a squared, p strikes out p. So we have b squared mn minus a squared b squared, close your brackets, over a squared p equals q. So from the numerator on the left hand side, we see that b squared is common, so we have b squared into brackets mn minus a squared, the denominator, a squared p equals q. Easy, right? So from the options provided, let's see what option matches the answer we have here. So b squared into brackets mn minus a squared over a squared p equals q. Option A matches our answer. Question 2. The angle of elevation of the top of a tree from a point on the ground 60 meters away from the fruit of the tree is 78 degrees. Find the height of the tree correct to the nearest whole number. So how do we solve this? The first step we are required to take is to pull out the given data we have from the question. So at first we see that we are given the angle as 78 degrees. And from the question too, we see we are provided with the distance from the foot of the tree to the point where there is elevation, and the distance is 60 meters. So let's proceed with our solution. So at first, we have to produce the diagram from the question given. This is a tree. This is our angle of elevation, 78 degrees. Then we talked about the distance from the fruit of the tree from where the elevation is being produced, which is 60 meters. So remember the popular thing we use in mathematics, the SOHCAHTOA. I can assure you this is going to come very handy for you. So at first, we should be able to identify what angle is our opposite, our hypotenuse, and our adjacent. So looking at this, remember that the longest side makes the hypotenuse, so which is here, HYP. We have our adjacent side that connects the angle, so this is our adjacent. Then the side opposite the angle is referred to our opposite. So from what we are given in our diagram, we see that our adjacent equals 60 meters. We also provide with opposites. The length of the opposite side is unknown, but we have an angle of 78 degrees. So looking at this, which of our thing matches what we should use? Is it sine, opposite and hypotenuse? No. Is it car, adjacent and hypotenuse? No. Is it tangent, opposite and adjacent? Yes. So recall the formula. Tangent theta equals opposite over adjacent. So now let's fix in the values. Very easy, right? Our angle theta, that is tan 78 degrees, equals our opposite, which is unknown, over the adjacent. So what value of adjacent are we given? We are given 60 meters. So we are asked to make the opposite the value we are searching for. We can cross multiply. Then we have this 60 times tan 78 degrees equals the opposite side we are looking for. Very well, which is the height of the tree. So 60 times tan 78 degrees. Remember, we can also represent the side opposite with x. So we proceed. 60 times the value of tan 78 is 4.7046 equal x. So if we multiply 60 by 4.7046, we would arrive at 282.2779 equals x. But remember that we are required to bring our answer to the nearest whole number. So if we do that, x to the nearest whole number should give us 282. Remember, it's height and it's measured in meters. So we'll confirm that option C matches the answer we've gotten. So if you think this sort of video will help you in your coming exam, please hit the like button, click on the subscribe button, and tap on the bell notification to get informed when we release the next video. And remember, all of these questions are freely available on the Myschool website. Perhaps you want to see where I'm sourcing these questions from, or you specifically want to see the 2019 JAMB mathematics questions. I have provided a link in the description below. Let's continue. Question 3. A binary operation, O times, is defined by M O times N equal Mn plus M minus N on the set of real numbers for all M, N are members of real numbers, which is by how? Find the value of 3 O times, you open your bracket, 2 O times 4. So how do we solve this? It's simply very easy. So at first, we have to reproduce the first binary operation we are given, which is M O times N equals Mn plus M minus N. And we see from the values we are provided in the question, so from the values in the question, like I mentioned, it's 2 and 4. That is, M is 2, N is 4. So you can replicate something like this. So following our operation, so we'd have 2 O times 4 is equals 2 times 4 plus 2 minus 4. When we open our brackets, 2 times 4 gives us 8 plus 2 minus 4. 8 plus 2, 10, minus 4 equals 6. So for the binary operation, 2 O times 4 equals 6. So the second part of the question requires us to find the O times for the binary operation 3 O times 2, we've opened our bracket, O times 4. And we recall that 2 O times 4 has the value 6. So what we would have is 3 O times 6, given by this same set of rules. So that means here, this will be our M, and this will be our N. Very easy, right? Let's proceed. So we have 3 times 6 plus 3 minus 6. We open our brackets. 3 times 6, 18, plus 3 minus 6. 18 plus 3 gives us 21, minus 6 equals 15. So for the binary operation, 3 O times, open your bracket, 2 O times 4 equals 15. So let's confirm what option matches with our answer. From the option provided, we confirm that option C matches our answer. Question 4. The table we are given shows the number of pupils in a class with respect to their ages. If a pie chart is constructed to represent the age, the angle corresponding to 8 years old is, it's very easy. So how do we go about the easy and the simple steps? We have to prefer solution to the question we are given. So at first, we have to sum up the frequency of pupils that we have, that is their total number. So given the number of pupils in the class, That will be 4. We add it up to the next value we are given, 13. To the next value provided, 30. The next value we are provided with, 44 and 9. So let's add up together. 4 plus 13, that's 17, plus 30, that's 47, plus 44, that's 91, plus 9, that equals 100. So the total number of pupils equals 100. So the question requires us to find the angle corresponding to 8 years old. So we see that the number of pupils that are aged 8 years old, they are 13. So for our pie charts, we'll have age in years over total number of pupils times 360. Remember a pie chart, the angle, sum of angle in a pie chart is 360. So the age in years we are required to look for is age 8, and it corresponds to 13. The number of pupils that are age 8 is 13. So we have 13 over our total number of pupils, which is 100, multiplied by the sum of angle for a pie chart. Very easy, the steps so far. So we can make it simpler by striking this out. 13 multiplied by 36 would give us 468. 10 multiplied by 1 gives us 10. And when we divide 468 by 10, we can bring it down, 46.8. Remember, we are asked to look for the angle that corresponds to 8 years old. So we have this, our degrees. So from the option provided, we'd like to confirm what option matches our solution. And that's option C. Question 5. In a class of 50 students, 40 students offered physics and 30 offered biology. How many offered both physics and biology? Recall this is a question on set theory. So what do? It's first advisable that we bring out our given data. So what are we provided with? First, we realize from the question that in the class, which represents the universal set, we have 50 students. So that is n total, which is our universal set, equals 50. Number that offered physics, we represent physics by P, equals 40. Number that offered biology, 30. Number that offered both physics and biology, that is unknown. Physics and biology, that's unknown. Number that offered neither physics nor biology, that is 0. So if we are asked to find number that's offered only physics, so that will be only physics. That will be 40 minus number that offered both. For only biology, that will be 30 minus number that offered both. Very easy. So our universal set, which is 50, equals number that offer only physics, 40 minus x, plus number that offered only biology, 30 minus x, plus number that offered both, plus number that offered none, which is 0. Let's open the brackets. 50 equals 40 minus x plus 30 minus x plus 0. Very easy. So at this point, we collect like terms. Collect like terms. So that is alphabet goes to alphabet, numbers goes with numbers. So we have 50. This has a positive sign. It crosses over, becomes negative, minus 40. This has a positive sign, crosses over, minus 30 equals, we have minus x. This is minus x plus 0 still gives you your plus x. So if you put the values together, we have minus 50 minus 40, that is 10. Take away 10 from 30, we have minus 20 equals minus x and minus x. That is minus 2x plus x gives us minus x. So what can we do? Minus strikes out minus. So we find out that x equals 20. And where x represents number that offered only physics and biology. So which of the option matches our answer? We see option B confirms our answer. I hope you've been following on every steps I've been taking in solving this question. Perhaps you need more explanation or clarity on any of these questions we've solved so far. We have an army of solution providers on the Myschool website. I will also provide a link below where you can ask your questions right now. And within minutes, solutions will be provided. If you have better steps in solving any of the questions in this clip, please let me know by indicating the question number and the steps in the comment section below. So let's continue. Question 6. Rationalize root 2 plus root 3 over root 2 minus root 3. So let's jump right on to providing the solution to this question. So we are required to rationalize root 2 plus root 3 over root 2 minus root 3. So this question is based on the topic sorts. So what are we required to do? We are required to multiply the numerator and the denominator by the conjugate of the denominator. So the conjugate of this denominator we are given is root 2 minus root 3. Its conjugate will just be an opposite sign of what it carries. So the conjugate would be root 2 plus root 3. So we're required to multiply the numerator and the denominator by the conjugate. So take note of this. Very easy. So we have root 2 plus root 3 over root 2 minus root 3 multiplied by the conjugate of the denominator, root 2 plus root 3 over root 2 plus root 3. So we do our simple multiplication. So we have root 2 multiplied by root 2, that gives us root 4. Root 2 times plus root 3, that gives us plus root 6. We have plus root 3 times root 2, that gives us plus root 6, plus root 3 times plus root 3, we have plus root 9, the solution for the numerator. So we'll move to the denominator. Root 2 multiplied by root 2, we have root 4. Root 2 multiplied by plus root 3, we have plus root 6. Minus root 3 multiplied by root 2, we have minus root 6. Minus root 3 times plus root 3, we have minus root 9. Let's proceed. Square root of 4, or root 4, is 2. Root 6 plus root 6 will give us plus 2 root 6, because we have 2 of root 6 coming together. Square root of 9 is 3, plus 3 over square root of 4 is 2. Root 6 plus root 6 minus root 6, that's 0. Square root of 9 is 3. Remember, we have the minus sign. So we move on. So we have 2 plus 2 root 6 plus 3 over 2 minus 3 in the denominator, that's minus 1. We proceed. 2 plus 3, that's 5, plus 2 root 6 over minus 1. So we can further simplify by letting the minus sign affect the numerator. Then we have something like this: minus into bracket 5 plus 2 root 6. So we'd like to confirm from the option provided which one matches our answer. So from the option provided, when we expand our brackets, we can still go on to say minus times 5, we have minus 5, minus times plus 2 root 6, minus 2 root 6. So we can see that option A matches our answer. Question 7. Find the length of the chord line AB in the diagram shown above. So we can see that the chord is labeled A, point A, and point B with the radius of 3 centimeters and the angle theta at 68 degrees. So we should recall that solving this is very easy. From the formula for the length of the chord line AB equals 2r sine theta over 2. What are we given from the question? We have r, which is for radius, equals 3 centimeters. Theta equals 68 degrees. So let's plot in our values. We have 2 into bracket 3 times sine 68 over 2. 2 times 3, we have 6 times sine 68 divided by 2, we have sine 34 degrees. Punching your calculator, we have sine 34 to be given with the value 0.559. Multiplied it by 6, then we will have 3.354. Bringing it to the nearest whole number or a decimal place, we would have 3.4 centimeters. So from the options provided, let's confirm what matches with our answer. Option D is correct. Over to question 8. Given sine 58 degrees equals cos P degree, find P. So that is what angle for cos equals sine 58 degrees. It's very easy to solve. So the question states that sine 58 degrees equals cos p in degrees. So recall that this value we are given, they fall to the first quadrant, and that is between the 0 degrees and 90 degrees. That implies that their values will be positive. So sine theta equals cos, open your brackets, the first quadrant, which is 90 degrees, minus theta. So recall that theta is 58, that is sine 58 degrees, equals cos into bracket 90 minus 58 degrees. So we have sine 58 degrees equals 90 minus 58, that's 32. So from the solution provided, we see that sine 58 degrees equals cos 32 degrees. So which of the option matches our answer? So we see that option C is the correct option. Now to question 9. For the numerator, 2 over 3 divided by 4 over 5. To the denominator, we have 1 over 4 plus 3 over 5 minus 1 over 3. This is a very simplification process. So let's pull in our best attempt as we go through it step by step. So we have for the numerator, this is to make our work easier. We are given the values of 2 over 3 divided by 4 over 5. 2 over 3 divided by 4 over 5. So recall that this implies 2 over 3 times 5 over 4. If we simplify further, we have 2, then we have 2. 1 times 5 equals 5 over 3 times 2 equals 6. So for our numerator, we now have the value 5 over 6. So now let's solve for the denominator. Which we are given the value 1 over 4 plus 3 over 5 minus 1 over 3. So we proceed. So at first, we find the LCM here, which is 20. 4 in 20, that is 5, multiplied by the numerator, which is 1. So 5 times 1 gives us 5, plus 5 in 20, that is 4, multiplied by 3, that equals 12. 5 plus 12, that is 17, minus 1 over 3. Again, we find the LCM, which is 60. 20 goes in 60, we have 3. 3 times 17, 51. 3 goes in 60, that's 20, times 1. That gives us 20, which equals 51 minus 20. That's 31 over 60. So for our denominator, we now have 31 over 60. Numerator, we readily have 5 over 6. So bringing them together, we have 5 over 6 over our denominator, 31 over 60. We can further interpret the question by saying 5 over 6 divided by 31 over 60, which implies 5 over 6 times 60 over 31. 110. So we have 50, which is from 5 times 10 over 1 times 31, that is 31. So what option matches with our answer? We see from the options provided, the correct option is option D. So let's move on to question 10. Question 10. If 6x cubed plus 2x squared minus 5x plus 1 divides x squared minus x minus 1, find the remainder. So this is a question on the topic polynomials. So the question given once again is 6x cubed plus 2x squared minus 5x plus 1. The divisor in the question is x squared minus x minus 1. So a simple rule that we should engage in solving this question is that the degree of the divisor should be lesser than the degree of the polynomial. So we see that the degree here is on cube, the degree here is on square. So we are good to go. So we employ the division method. This is the polynomial. We put it right inside the division table. We have this minus 5x plus 1. We have the divisor to the left hand side, x squared minus x minus 1. So we'll start with the highest degree. X squared, when it divides 6x cubed, we'll get 6x. So on getting the first part of the quotient, we multiply the quotient by the divisor. So we have 6x times x squared, we have 6x cubed. 6x times minus x, we have minus 6x squared. 6x times minus 1, we have minus 6x. So to eliminate the highest degree, we introduce a minus sign that affects this. So minus times the sign we have here, that's plus. So that is 6x cubed minus 6x cubed. That makes it 0. So this is out. Minus times minus, we have the plus sign. So 2x squared plus 6x squared, that gives us 8x squared. Minus times minus, we have plus. Minus 5x plus 6x gives us x plus 1. So for now, this is the highest degree. So we pick out the highest degree in the divisor to go through the polynomial. So we have x squared divides 8x squared. What do we have? We'll have 8. So once again, this part of the quotient multiplies the entire divisor. So 8 multiplied by x squared, we have 8x squared. 8 multiplies minus x, we have minus 8x. Plus 8 multiplies minus 1, we have minus 8. So to eliminate the highest degree, we introduce the minus sign that multiplies this. So minus times plus, we'll have minus. 8x squared minus 8x squared, that's 0. So this is taken away. Minus times minus, we have positive sign. So x plus 8x, we have 9x. Minus times minus, we have plus. 1 plus 8, that's 9. So recall the rule we first introduced, that for a divisor to divide the polynomial, it must be of a lesser degree than the polynomial. So right now, the polynomial we have here is lesser than the divisor. So this is where we stop. So this forms our remainder. So from the question, we are required to find the remainder when the divisor divides the polynomial. So from the option given, we will confirm that option A is the correct answer. So that is it for this segment, but there is more. All the links to other videos explaining the solution to the 2019 past question for mathematics in JAMB have been provided in the description below. So if you enjoy this content and you would like me to bring you more of it, kindly hit the like button, click on the subscribe button, and tap on bell notification to get informed when we release the next video.